welcome to Authentically You Podcast, the podcast that dives deep into the transformative journey of self-discovery, self-acceptance, and self-expression. I'm your host, Kirsty Henkin, and I'm here to guide you on a path towards embracing your true, unapologetic, authentic self. Season 2 will have some of our old guests back and some new ones, but most importantly, together we'll uncover the tools, strategies, and mindset shifts that will help you navigate the obstacles that stand between you and your true self. We'll explore topics like self-love, authenticity, personal growth, and overcoming fear. Whether you're just starting your journey or you've been on this path for a while, this podcast is for you. This is Authentically You Podcast, and together, let's unlock the power within and live life authentically. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. We're in this together. Let's get into it. Hello, and welcome to Authentically You Podcast. We're in season 2. Oh, thank you so much for being here. You are truly the most beautiful person, and I appreciate your time, and I want you to get something from every episode. I'm sure you've got something from every episode so far. If you haven't listened to any of the other podcasts, have a listen after this one. I promise you, season 1 was phenomenal. The people that I had interviewed were so inspiring with their stories and empowering, and gave so many tips and tricks and tools to help navigate us into being more authentic. Because if we are truly authentic to who we actually are, so much is going to be coming to us. We're more aligned with ourselves, so everything can flow. Imagine a stick person with a rod right through them. That's a strange thing, Kirsty, to say. I'm just going to go with it because that's the image that came into my mind. With a stick right through it. That stick person is aligned, and they are going to get everything that they need, everything that they want, everything that they desire in their lives. Everything's going to come easier because they're completely and utterly aligned. If you take that rod out and you let the stick man sort of wobble all over the place, that is not an aligned stick man. So he is going to push away and stop things coming into his life because he's not on the right path. He's not on the right journey. He is not being his true self. When you are doing all those things, you become aligned and magic happens. Lots of things. The universe starts providing you with exactly what you need, but you need to be aligned. Being aligned is quite difficult to get sometimes, especially when you're overthinking. Hand up here, I'm an overthinker. I was an overthinker. I am no longer an overthinker. Thank you, Kirsty. Thank you. I was an overthinker. I would overthink everything. I want to know the nitty-gritty about how does that work? Why is it this happening? Why is that happening? How do I get to do that? Oh, that person's doing that. How do they do that? I'm going to do that. Why is it not happening for me? Just so much going on in my head. And you know what I had to do? Align myself. And I did that by doing meditation, and I'm doing it on daily. Journaling, just following my heart and my passion and my inner child for the things that make me happy and excited and just genuinely like, yay, inside. Those are the things that are going to help you get aligned. Because we're not here on Earth, we're not here on this planet to not have fun and be miserable and stressed and, just be unhappy. We're here to just have fun and joy and laughter and just not have all the other stuff. If you've got all the other stuff, it's time to start moving towards the other side. Self-discovery. Learning more about yourself, learning more that what you love to do, learning things about yourself, changing things to align you to being your true authentic self. So for a long time, I was a people pleaser and I would just say yes to everything. People loved me for that. And understandably, like who wouldn't like a yes person? That wasn't serving me. It wasn't serving me to be a yes person because I was starting to get overstressed, overwhelmed, unhappy because I had so much going on and too little time, and it was just too much. And when I realized that I should start saying, no, actually, I can't do this, it gave me a little bit of confidence back and a little bit of, oh, it's okay to say no, because you don't have to go, nah, no, I can't do it. I've got too much on my plate. You can actually say, hey, I would love to help you, but I've actually got so much on at the moment that I can't quite fit it in. I'm sorry, but maybe another time. That's a much nicer way to put it than, no, don't have the time. Okay, you can say, change, sidetrack. You can say everything in kindness. So you can, I don't know, what's something really horrible? You can fire someone in a kind way. You can tell someone to bugger off out of your life in a kind way. It's the words that you choose that help you be that nice, kind person. But you can say whatever you want in a kind and gentle way. I actually watched a TikTok yesterday, and it was a student and a teacher, and the teacher just stood over her and was staring at her. And the student turned to her and said, oh, I'm sorry, I was just helping my friend get the answer. So she was literally helping her friend with understanding what was happening, whatever class it was. The teacher just stood there over her, intimidating her by staring at her, didn't say anything. So then the student stood up and said, I understand you're trying to intimidate me. I understand that, but can you please use your words rather than staring at me? And that, I was like, whoa, that was brilliant. She was standing up for herself, but also using kind words about it. Like, rather than getting angry and really shitty, she just stood her ground and said everything in kindness. And the teacher just kept standing there. And the girl was like, do you have anything to say to me? Teacher said nothing. That was the end of the TikTok, but it was just like, that was incredible, the way that the student stood up for herself because she was helping her friend, and the words that she used. If you use the right words in any sense, you will get better results. I know, I'm amazing, right? I'm amazing. So it's season 2, and I am here to say we are incredible human beings. We are full of love and kindness, and just we deserve the absolute best. We deserve the life that we imagine in our head, and it's time to make a stand and move towards that person. Who's with me? Put your hands up. Give me a hell yeah. Let's go. I am sick of hearing I'm not sick of it. I take that back. But I am, what's the right word? Use your words, Kirsty. It saddens me actually, the amount of people that come to me or I talk to that are so stuck in a situation or in their life and they just don't want to move out of it, but they want to complain about it. So those people are just not ready to move forward. When they are ready, and some of them will never be ready, but some of them will go, actually, I'm done with this. I'm ready to kickstart a better life. And that's when things will change. I remember I've told the story about my sister's fiance passing away. And for 7 years, I was a completely different person. I was grieving without even knowing I was grieving, but I think I was grieving more for my sister and her kids and what they weren't going to have. But I was an angry, frustrated person, and I got to a point where I was like, I don't even know this person that I am now. Like, where has Kirsty gone? I'm ready to have Kirsty back. And it was at that moment, it was like a little tink fire lit inside me. I'm not sure if tink is the right word for a fire starting inside me. And I started moving towards becoming myself again. It's that when you decide to make a decision about making a change, that's when the fire ignites. But you have to keep moving forward and taking action and changing habits and things like that to actually make that fire blaze inside you. And that's what we want to do here. So I wanted to go and answer a few questions of what some people have sent to me. People that have entered my Facebook group, which I'll put in the show notes. I have in there a question that says, if you were to win 30-minute coaching with me, what would be the question that you would most like to answer? So there's so many here, but let's start. I might start down here. So the first one is, how do I enjoy life when I'm feeling scared? So that is a question that needs more in depth with it. So what are you scared about? What are you scared about? Are you scared of losing a relationship or your health? I don't know what it is. When you focus on that, so okay, let's see if I can connect it. So I feel like this person is talking about a relationship, scared of losing this relationship. So how do I enjoy life when I'm feeling scared? Well, this relationship, my darling, it's okay. I can feel the energy that it's okay. I think you are overthinking it and really overthinking it. So you've got some thoughts and feelings going on that are continuous, and you need to stop that loop. It is a loop that is going round, that you are losing trust with your partner, that what if, what if, what if, what if, what if. But there hasn't been a situation for you to start thinking that. So I'm not sure where that has come from. Yeah. So what you need to do is start changing your thoughts, start changing the way that you think. So when you are going into the negative thought, nope, nope, nope. The best way to do that is to actually physically in your head say, stop. the rest of the sentence will vanish. So if you say, I'm not worthy, and you know it's coming, so you go, I'm not, you can go, stop, and the worthy word, you just go, you won't even get to it. Okay, and replace it with a positive thought. So I am worthy, and I am amazing, and I can do this if it's something you want to do. Okay, so you need to start being conscious of what's going on in your head, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, because sometimes feelings have something to do with it as well. So if you're well, you're thinking, so your emotions are and thinking are connected. So if you are feeling like down and upset, what are you thinking about? What is it that you were just thinking about? What was the interaction you just had? What is it that has made you get to that emotion? Okay, then you can start changing it. So if it was, thinking that your partner could leave you, change it. He's not going to leave me. He's not going to leave me. My partner and I are strong. Okay, so even if you are not in a really strong part of your relationship, when you're telling yourself that you are in a strong relationship, you're changing your limiting beliefs, so changing the subconscious to believe that you are, so it'll start actioning you actually getting a stronger relationship. The mind is so amazing. It is like everything that powers everything. So your thoughts are so important to get a grasp of and be conscious of and change into positives so that you can start enjoying your life. Okay, that would be my first step. But I would also get in contact with me and we'll have a chat, because there's other means and ways of doing it, but I just want to know more about your situation and what's going on. Okay, moving on to another question. How to heal and not let my ex-partner, the father of my child, keep belittling me and controlling me on how I parent. Okay, so I see this a lot. Okay, a lot. And it is, I hate to say it, but it is your fault that you're in this situation. Okay, you are in control of your thoughts, you're in control of your feelings, and you're in control of your actions. If you allow someone to belittle you, you're allowing them to. Okay, if you stand your ground and you are strong and confident in the person that you are and the parenting that you're doing, if you believe you are a great parent, things are going to change. Okay, it is really difficult with ex-partners and children involved, but you can always work on the things that you can control so that you are in a better space. Okay, so first and foremost, I would try and get the control back, because once you get the control back, or even just a little bit of that control, things will shift. So I have said this before, but a client, someone I know, had a partner that was ringing consistently, and she rang me to come and see her, so I went, and her ex-partner was ringing consistently, just ringing and abusing her, and she was at work. She was by herself, but she was at work. So I said, she was like, oh, he's ringing again, and she was really down and crying, and I said, hang up on him. And she said, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. And I said, hang up on him. And she pressed the red button and hung up on him. And you could instantly see a little shift in her. She was like, oh, wow, that feels good. Okay. So I'm not saying going hanging up on your partner all the time, but if it's like that. The other thing that I mentioned that I got her to do was, when he wanted to come around and visit the child or do something, whatever time he wanted, you say no, even if it suited you. Make it 10 minutes later, make it half an hour later, okay? But don't make it the time that he wants. You are in control, okay? So if he says, I want to pop around at 2 o'clock to see Billy Bob child. Yes, I said Billy Bob. You can go back and say, actually, that doesn't work for us, but 2:30 does. And if he comes back and say, well, 2:30 doesn't work for us, you can say, okay, well, should we try another day? Okay, you are in control. Get your control back. Okay, when he's belittling you, yeah, I need to know more about what he's saying and how he's doing it, but belittling is bullying. So how bullying works is the bully, is playing a game with you. And when you react and when you cry or scream or yell, or he's won. That's exactly what he wants, or the bully wants, okay? If the bully's going at you and you are like, if he says, you're a terrible parent, you can just go back calmly and say, oh, I know. I'm trying my hardest and I'm working on being a better parent, man. Yeah, I am trying. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting better every day, and just go back calmly. And when he says, yeah, but that's going to be ages away, you can say, yeah, well, I'm trying and I'm working towards it. And I know I don't think it's going to be a long time away. I reckon it's going to be real close. So whatever he's saying, say something back with kindness. Now, you would sometimes say, oh, I wish I could be more like you. If you feel like you can say that, perfect. But in some situations, like, oh, you're a bad parent and you know that he's a bad parent, you don't want to say that. I wish I would be like you. Okay? Unless you feel like it would work. So be kind, kill them with kindness, and they'll start belittling you. So as soon as you start going, oh, I wish I was more like you, blah, 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 they're like, huh? And they might spat again and you go, yeah, I can see why you think that. And at your same time, he's like, oh, well, you're not playing the game anymore. And they usually go away. It might be a little bit different having a father, an ex-partner, but if you stand your ground and if you are kind and kill them with kindness and get that control back and get that confidence back, you'll get there. I would actually like to say that you would be absolutely brilliant for the self-mastery program coming up, because it's all about getting working on your self-love and working on you. And when you think about, if you were to think how you would be if you truly loved the parenting, the way that you parented, how you feel about yourself, the way you look, your confidence would rise, you would feel incredible. That would totally rub off on your child, and it'll also rub off on your father, the partner, your ex-partner. Okay? If you are so confident in the person that you are and the parent that you are, nothing's going to stop you. And that's what I want for everyone. So for you, self-love mastery is going to be a huge benefit for you to get you to where you need to be and getting that control back and healing from your past. Okay? I'll put the self-love mastery details in the show notes for you because someone else might need it, might benefit from it as well. I say that because, and I laugh because I think every person should do the self-love mastery. It is so beneficial for kickstarting or reigniting or helping you on your journey already. The things that you need to be doing to help you. Oh, it's just every person in the world should have this program and do it. In fact, I might make it digital as well. I'll think about that. Okay. Next question. How to cope with daily stress? Okay. First and foremost, what's making you stressed? Is it work, child, overwhelmed with everything? What is it that's making you stressed? What I would suggest you do is start a self-love, here we go again, self-love routine. So meditating, probably in the mornings. If you have no time in the mornings, get up earlier. Meditating, writing a gratitude list, so writing 10 things every day that you're grateful for. What else have I got? Writing some affirmations about flipping the things that are stressing you out into being positive and using them as affirmations. So if you're, I don't know, your boss makes you angry, your affirmation would be, I have so much love towards my boss. I have so much love and kindness towards my boss. Okay. It's shifting the energy from the negative into more loving and positive, and you'll feel so much better. The more negative that you have in your space, it's taking up energy space in your body. So if you release that, you're going to create more space for happiness and love and all the beautiful things. So meditating, gratitude lists are the two things that I would recommend to start with, but there is a lot of different things. Self-love mastery. Say it one more time. Self-love mastery. One more question. Let's do one more question. Help with allowing love into my life. I need to know more context about this, but what I feel is that you got blocks up everywhere. So you're not allowing love into your life. You are trying hard, but there's so much blockages that you are stopping love coming in. Like walls everywhere, everywhere. We need to break those walls down, which means finding out why the walls are there, working on that trauma and heal it. Then you'll be able to remove that wall. So working on, why, getting to the root cause of what's stopping you, finding out that out. So for you, I would recommend a healing session with me. So a rapid transformational experience. It's a session, an hour session where I talk to you about, get all the information from you and pull out the nuggets that I need to work on, and then shift that energy and shift that whole frequency so that you're got rid of that limiting belief, like the thing that is stopping you, so that you can open up to allowing love into your life. So that is what I would recommend for you. I am super excited to have season 2 underway. I hope you enjoyed this session, and please email me if you have any questions, and I can put them on the show, well, in the podcast, and answer them for you. Anyone that is looking to work with me or have a session with me, please go to the show notes. All the information will be in there, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Sending so much love out to you. So thankful for you for being here. And I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Authentically You Podcast. I hope our conversation today has sparked some inspiration and provided valuable insights for you. Remember, your uniqueness is your superpower, and embracing your authentic self is a journey worth taking. If you enjoyed today's episode or found it helpful, please consider sharing it with someone who might benefit from it. As we wrap up, I encourage you to reflect on what resonated with you and how you can apply these insights to your own life. We'll be back with another empowering episode soon, so stay tuned for more authentic conversations. Until next time, keep being true to yourself, keep growing, and keep shining. I can't wait to connect with you again on the next episode of the Authentically You podcast. Take care. See you soon.